So obviously the biggest news we said before is Trump winning the election. He is the oldest presidential candidate to win the election as well.
What is he, 78?
I think, yeah, he's up there.
Yeah.
Like, is he? Yeah, he's close to 80.
Yeah.
Sure, let's fact check that. But obviously you'll see...
78.
78, yeah, you'll see a bunch of stuff like that today. Kamala hasn't done a full proper press release speech yet, but you can expect that in the coming hours.
Yeah, okay.
In South Australian news, the latest National Wastewater Report has come out, and this is the test we do with our water stream pretty much to see what the drug usage is and what percentage of drugs and specific ones are in our stream. It's been revealed that regional areas, South Australians actually drink and smoke the least around Australia compared to other regional spots.
There you go.
With Northern Territory leading alcohol and nicotine consumption. So they're the highest, we're around the lowest. However, if you look at the regional consumption of cannabis and fentanyl, we are the highest.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
So really interesting that fentanyl has come up as one of the popular things, especially in regional areas. And of course, still, since 2024, early April, methamphetamine is still very popular as well in those regional spots.
All right.
And in other news, another list has come out to talk about the most cost-effective cities to live in. And I feel like these lists always change. We always see these lists pop up and they're constantly always changing. Once upon a time, Adelaide, I think, was number one.
I think we were the second most livable city in the world
Yeah,
for a good few years there.
We were definitely up there.
We dropped off.
Yeah, we've dropped off big time, obviously with housing and things like that. It is quite expensive at the moment, but the top three are Luxembourg City. Then number two is Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah,
so
right.
congrats to Brisbane. Yeah,
Really?
Brisbane out of
Didn't
the
see
woodwork.
that coming.
I feel like Brisbane's never in the top 10, but hey, Brisbane number two for the most cost-effective places to live, and number one, Seoul in South Korea.
There you go. All right. If you're looking for a retirement plan and want to move somewhere more livable and cheaper, Seoul.
Seoul, and if you want to go a bit closer, hit up Brisbane. Tom, with all the practical effects, special effects, things like that in movies, you have to wonder how expensive it all really is to make a blockbuster, really.
Oh, they make millions off them, but yeah, they cost so much money to make.
So much, and that's not just the actors. Like I said, it's everything from the production and the CGI, and we stumbled across this, what was posed as a bit of a myth online, and it's been counteracted and sort of supported by the movie industry that it's actually a proper thing that happens. But we didn't believe it at first. We thought it sounded ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was something online that pretty much said when there's dogs in movies, they have to CGI their tails because the actual dog actors wag their tails too much. And it disrupts the scene.
So they reckon the dogs get like too excited. So
the dogs get too excited. You got a camera in their face. They're really excited. If they're meant to be portraying a mean or an angry dog, they don't want that tail wagging, so they have to CGI the tail and keep it straight.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what CGI is, it's computer-generated imagery. So basically they take out what you see there in real life, and then they animate a realistic version over the top, and it can cost a lot of money. I mean, back when Henry Cavill, when they were shooting Justice League, Henry Cavill, they finished shooting the shots.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill started doing another movie, which required him to have a moustache, and then they had to do some reshoots for Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, so he came back in, couldn't shave off the mo though. So Warner Brothers spend about $25 million to CGI out his moustache.
Yeah, wild, isn't it? Just when he could shave it off. And it's just, it's a mind-boggling amount of money. And one of the classic examples, actually, I saw of the dog CGI happening, the White Witch's wolves in Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So, how she comes in with a sled of those wolves?
Yeah.
CGI butts.
CGI butts.
So their full butts, their tails were all CGI. If you look back at that movie, they're all fake because they're wagging their tails too much, and they're obviously meant to be a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, right.
And that would have cost a hell of a lot of money because there's a lot of wolves. It's not just one. There's a group of them.
It really would have changed the scene if the dogs all did have wagging tails. But I mean, the thing is, what we reckon is, are these dogs really getting this excited on set? These are well-trained dogs.
If you're a well-trained dog that you've gotten to the caliber that you're an actor and you're sharing the screen with the famous Hollywood actors and stuff like that, surely you're well-trained enough that your tail's not wagging about.
I bet Beethoven never did it.
No, he was a great actor.
What we want to do is we want to get a bit silly. We want to see if we can make your dog's tail wag or if this is a myth.
Yeah, let's see. We'll try and get your dog excited, see if the dog wags its tail, and you give us the heads up, the thumbs up, whatever, and say, no, it's dead still. They're a well-trained dog. The CGI is just unnecessary.
This is stupid as.
Or maybe you'll prove to us that dogs just do get easily excited, and the CGI, is expensive as it is very necessary.
Yes, we just want you to call up, put your dog on the phone. We'll speak to your dog, and if the tail starts wagging, then maybe the movies are onto something, and we have to continue to spend all this money on CGI. If the dog's tail doesn't wag, we're exposing Hollywood right here. So give us a buzz. We're going to Balhana. We got Jenny on the line. G'day, Jenny. How you going?
Hi, good morning, boys. How are you today?
Very good.
Very well, thank you. Now, Jenny, have you got your dog next to you?
I sure do. We have two. Oh, here you go. He's talking to you already. Just the voice and the fact that you're a man talking is going to get him to
So,
go.
Jenny, are we on the...
You've got Jude and Ollie.
Are we on the speakerphone then? It's pretty loud and clear.
Sure is.
And what kind of dogs are these, and what are their names?
Oliver is a black and tan dachshund. He looks like a block of bread. And then you've got Duke, who is also a dachshund, and he is just a normal size dachshund, and he's a bit of a red.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's Oliver that is talking to you at the moment.
All right. We'll give her about 10 seconds of us trying to get the dog's tail wagging, and you just tell us whether it worked.
Yes. Can we have Oliver on the phone?
He's on there. Yes.
All right.
There he is.
Oliver.
Come on, Ollie. Ollie. You want to play
what's this?
fetch? Ollie, look at that.
What's
Look at
this?
that. What's that? Is that a toy? Wait, throw it.
Ollie, do you want a treat? Do you want to go for walkies, Oliver?
Walkies, Oliver. Oh, come on, Ollie.
Try the toy.
Chew the toy.
Did we get a wag, Jenny?
Yeah, you're getting also a side look, where their heads move.
Okay, very theatrical dog.
All right, well, We've not exposed Hollywood, actually. They're on the right track. Jenny, thanks for calling up.
Looks like
Thank you, boys. Have a good day.
CGI is very necessary. Those dogs' tails won't stop wagging.
We're going to head over to Plimpton. We got Xander on the line. G'day, Xander. How you going?
How you doing, boys? Yeah, good.
Very good.
Very well, mate. Hey, have you got a dog there that we could test this theory on, see if we can get the tail to wag?
Yeah, I've got a little French bulldog here. Hang on, Hugo, come here, mate. Come here. All right. Let me speak. Here we go. All right. Good to go, boys.
Try and get him excited.
All right, let's give it a crack here.
Hugo.
Do you want to treat Hugo? Do you want to play with the toy?
Hugo.
You want to play?
Hugo.
Hugo. Whoa, Hugo. Wait, boys. I think he's a bit too excited. Whoa. Hey.
Oh, he set him off.
Mate.
Oh, no.
Mate. Oh, his tail's going. I tell you what.
No. Xander, what have
I'm
we
going to have
done?
to change my pants.
Oh, Xander. Sorry about that, mate. We'll stop riling up Hugo.
That's okay. That's all right. I think he was due one.
I think that's for the best.
Okay, yeah, Hollywood's onto something then.
I think they are. I
Tails.
think it's worth spending the money.
Thanks for calling up, Xander.
Yeah, so these are all the weird things that you see around Adelaide that make you turn your head and think, that's a little strange. And I feel like Adelaide is full of them.
Yes, we'll get into it. The weirdest things we've seen around. As always, if you've seen any weird things around the streets of Adelaide, text it into us, 0428 927 927. This is an attempt to put a stop to all the weirdos in the streets.
Yeah.
Monday night, we went and saw the double-header movie of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz at Palace Nova Cinemas next to us here. And there was one guy who dressed up for the part. He came as Shaun from Shaun of the Dead, Simon Pegg's character.
Yeah.
Simple dress up, short sleeve white shirt, red tie, nice pants. That's all it is.
It's fine.
But what he did was as well accompany himself with a cricket bat. And I don't know about you, but there's something a little uneasy about sitting next to a guy in a cinema who is brandishing a weapon.
See, there's no issue with the Shaun of the Dead costume itself, but yeah, seeing a guy by the candy bar swarming around with a cricket bat,
tapping the bat in his hand,
slinged over one shoulder, it was a little bit unsettling.
Yeah.
I would hate to see what he brings to the Nightmare on Elm Street anniversary show.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah.
Any of them, really. I hope he doesn't dress up for
Do
them.
not want to see him there. We were at the Pier Bar in Glenelg for the races on Tuesday, the Melbourne Cup.
The race that stops the nation.
That's it. And as I was there, you'd left at this point, but I was twiddling around and I had a chat to a lady and she said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Callum." And
Good
then
start.
she said, my son's name, and kid you not, I've got this twice this week. She said, "Oh, my son's name is Ari. You two should hang out." And I said, "Why is that?" And she's like, "Because, calamari. Like the seafood." And it's twice I've got it this week. It's such a crap joke. And then I said, "Oh, how old's your son?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, he's about 10. So I'm like, "Are you setting me up with some sort of Big Brother program?" With this kid, because when you put our names together, it sounds like a seafood. It's not that funny.
Oh, it's Tom on the Squid on Fresh 92.7. I was at a local pub the other day, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to start like that.
How every great story starts. No, I was just down in the parade. Finn McCall's there, and I
Sure.
got chatting to this older gentleman there. We were just talking, and he said, "Have you got the Pub Plus app?"
Right, okay,
I said-
there's an app.
Yeah, and I said, what the hell is the Pub Plus app? He shows me, so I download it. Basically, when you download it and sign up, it gives you like free tokens for either, beer, wine, food even. And you get these free tokens that you can use at their affiliated pubs.
I like that it's actually a productive thing, because there's a lot of older gentlemen at the pub that you think are going to talk some good stuff, and then it's nonsense for about 3 hours. So this seems actually kind of productive for your money.
It's actually, yeah, I was like, geez, that's a bit of a money-saving tip, especially in the current climate of the economy and cost of living
Sure.
crisis and everything. It's pretty handy to have there. And it's got me thinking of some other ways that you can save money. I mean, another app that I know cut costs is you can use the OTR app and save money on your petrol. You
Right.
spin to win and it drops a certain amount of cents off your petrol.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, the apps are kind of the way to go. There's so many specials, things like that. So yeah, they're good ones to know. Very handy.
I mean, yeah, even the fast food apps, that every day you check in. If you want like a cheap meal, they have all different sorts of deals going on their apps. But what I want to do is go to the text line, 0428 927 927. It is tough out there. So we want to know, how do you cut costs, Adelaide?
This seems like it's just, obviously this is cutting costs everywhere. How do you cut costs? But this does seem like an incentive that we've gone to air and said, how do you cut costs at the pub? How do we make our pub experience a little bit cheaper?
2 for 1.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, outside of the apps and stuff like that, if you're not into your technology, whatever, always go for those 2 for 1 schnitzels, things like that. You have your happy hours, all of those are great.
Yeah, I mean, just next door to us here, the Elephant, they do $15 schnitties on
do?
Tuesdays. We
Great
like to
stuff.
rack that up. The Griffins, just down the road as well from us, do 2 for 1 schnitties on Wednesdays.
Yep. So Tuesday and Wednesday is a double back-to-back snitty day for us.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
But we want to know, how are you cutting costs, Adelaide? Got this text here. No need to buy an old phone. I'm still using my retro Nokia. What else are you going to get? The classic Snake game.
You know what? I did that for a little bit as well, and I actually loved holding the retro phone, playing Snake, but it was just an issue when you're out in town, you've had a few drinks, how do you get home?
Yeah, so
And then-
you can't have like the apps to.
No, exactly right.
I mean, I guess you have taxis there and everything, but yeah, I don't know. I don't rate that one too highly.
Yeah, it's good for a little bit, and then you
I
realise...
think if you're not upgrading your phone every year, like if you leave it have the same phone for a few years.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
What about this one here? Cut out like 3 streaming platforms. Most shows have a crossover if you do your research. So
yeah,
the streaming platforms do just sit there. I reckon I have 6 at a time
I
at
got a
one
lot.
point. And when you look at it, it's probably like $80 a month.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. It all comes out separately as well. So you're like, $12 here, $12 there, whatever.
Nah.
But yeah, when you got every single streaming platform, I got to delete some.
The biggest con.
Yeah.
Go back to DVDs.
Yeah, bring back Blockbuster.
That's our new campaign.
Evan has texted in saying, morning, Tom and Callum, Boost Vibe rewards, of course, at Boosters, Adelaide Central Plaza and City Cross.
Good stuff.
Cheers, Evan.
And this one here, I love this. I tried to do this for a little bit there, but it's just a lot of effort. Start meal prepping. Someone said, started meal prepping this year and saved thousands. I used to buy my lunch every day. Don't know how I survived.
Yeah, I buy my lunch pretty often. I should get better at meal prepping.
Honestly,
it is tough though, isn't it?
We do complain about the streaming services, but the buying lunch every day in the city,
Yeah.
definitely puts a bit of a strain on the wallet. If there's anything to complain about, it's that.
Another text coming in here. I cut corners and save money by taking a shopping bag when I go to my parents' house and filling it up with food before I leave. Just do your grocery shopping at your parents'. Not going to lie, I've done that a few times.
So you're kind of just a Robin Hood for yourself, just stealing from your parents,
Wow.
taking the food for yourself.
Yeah, they paid off their mortgage. So they're doing fine.
They're fine, it's all right. I love this. Cut costs by stocking your groceries when they're half price and save petrol by having your mates drive.
Oh, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
Chauffeur service.
What would you say if I told you can have a pet dog, a butler, a robot, and a friend all rolled into one?
I'd say you're living in Futurama
Well,
or Star Trek.
well, Dyson has answered our prayers, finally, with their latest Dyson 360 Viz Nav. This is a four-legged robo-dog
Yep.
to help around the house with all your chores.
Wow, okay, so first the Roomba came out and then everyone was blown away by that.
the old biscuit tin.
Yeah, the disc that goes on your floor, it scans with lasers where all your furniture is, then it dodges it and cleans up everything. So this is the exact same, but it's a robot dog.
Yeah, it's on four legs. It's a robot dog. It's almost the exact same with a few more enhancements. So all the chores that it can do your vacuuming, it'll do your mopping, it can water the lawn for a fresh, vibrant green lawn, so you don't have to worry about that.
Sure.
No more sprinklers.
Wow.
It'll mow your lawn. It'll also blow away leaves. It's got an inbuilt leaf blower. You don't even have to feed it or walk it or clean up after it because it's a robot.
So I wonder if the idea is that in years, whether people start to love these robot dogs just as much as a real dog. And, you could be walking your robot dog and think, does your dog even do the gardening? Does it even clean?
I would be so uneasy if I saw someone walking a robot dog around my neighborhood.
Well, imagine going to doggy daycare, dropping your real dog off there, and there's one cleaning some electrical dog. And you're like, oh, is that the cleaner? And you're like, no, here's an actual dog here.
Yeah. Like on paper, right, all of this sounds fantastic. It sounds like we are living in the future. Blade Runner has finally come. But in speaking of things like Blade Runner, I feel like I've watched far too many movies and I played a lot of the video game Wolfenstein that has a lot of robot dogs. I've watched far too many episodes of Doctor Who and Black Mirror.
I feel like I can guess what you're going to say.
These things terrify the hell out
You
of
say
me.
dog's going to turn on you.
Well,
one night.
What happens if, like, someone from another country, it's like an attack on a country and you hack all these robot dogs and then you've got all these, evil robot dogs in your homes or like, because they're powered with AI as well.
Yeah.
What happens if they grow a conscience and then realize, that this is not what they want to do? And I don't know. I guess for me, I just haven't warmed up to the idea of robots yet. We're living too far into the future for my liking.
At least if the dog does get taken over and it goes angry like it's going to kill you, it's not that intimidating because it's got a vacuum sticking out of it. It's still a Dyson in the end of the day.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't give it teeth. I mean, it's got like blades on it though to mow the lawns.
Jeez, yeah. Be wary of them.
What do you think? Would you get one of them?
I think I would have to get one. I think it's a good centerpiece for when people come over.
It's an icebreaker. Sleep is really important, right? One bad night's sleep can really set up failure for the entire week.
Yep.
And doctors and experts have come out warning the worst sleep position and how you can get the best sleep.
Right, interesting, because you see some absolutely weird ones. People lying on their arms, on their side, on their back. So what is the best one?
Yes, so the worst ones is sleeping on your front or your back. If you're pregnant as well, you shouldn't be sleeping on your front or back. But they're saying, sleeping on your back can be really bad for your spine displacement.
Right, okay.
And then sleeping on your front can be really bad for your spine and your neck.
Jeez.
So if you're waking up with a sore neck or a sore back and you just feel like you need to stretch out, maybe you sleep on your back or your front and they say you should start sleeping on your side with your head slightly elevated, and that's the best way to sleep.
It seems like there's a lot of instructions for something that should be so easy and relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being told by this scientist you can't sleep that way. I've never been a back sleeper, to be honest.
I can't fall asleep on my back either, but I can fall asleep on my tummy pretty easily.
Oh, tummy sleep's the greatest.
Tummy sleep is a good time.
I don't want to be told by scientists I can't sleep on my stomach, so I'm going to ignore everything you said.
Also, if you have sleep apnea, they say sleeping on your back might be the most comfortable position, but it's really bad for you if you have sleep apnea.
Yeah, a bit dangerous.
Yeah, so sleeping on your side is the best way to keep your airways open.
Hey, there you go. I mean, got the sleep facts there. Like I said, I don't want to sleep on my back because it looks like Dracula.
Crossed arms?
Yeah, exactly right. I don't want to look like I'm in a coffin. So I think, I'll stick to the side sleeping.
Yeah, the occasional tummy just to treat myself.
Just to ease myself up a little bit.